Yeah, I'm not going to go nuts.
Oh, yeah, I don't expect you to speed eat or anything.
Yeah.
We're just here for a casual lunch.
I wonder what the total weight is on these.
All right, we're here, Frankie Float's Feeding Frenzy. It's our Friday afternoon, and we have a good friend, Dave Goldstein, a.k.a. U.S. Mail. Drove over from Cherry Hill, New Jersey today because with his mail schedule, you know, we kind of worked around his schedule. So, Dave, how long did it take you to get here today?
It took me a little over an hour. A little Philly traffic, but it'd be worse getting home.
It's not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you're not really in the competitive eating space anymore, right?
No, not at all, man. I'm just a casual eater, you know, do 1 or 2 crazy contests a year.
And he's the current wing pole champion. I mean, I'm sure there was some controversy involved. Unfortunately, Joey wasn't there because he can't do Friday mornings anymore.
Yeah, Friday mornings is hard.
Yeah.
The kid has to get on the school bus.
I won it fair and square. We know it.
Yeah.
I gave it all I got.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the first time he's done it. I mean, he's won the wing pole.
Yeah.
How many times total? 3?
This is 3.
Yeah. So.
And you're a local champion once or twice with wing bowl.
Once.
Once.
Close
and you,
a couple times, but yeah.
And you won a car, right?
On my car, still driving my $40,000 trophy. Nobody can say that in competitive eating.
Was there any cash involved with that or no?
No, that was it.
Just the car?
Almost won the whole thing, but I fell 22 wings short.
Right. So.
Of that prestigious ring and the $22,000 they're giving away that year.
Right. So all season 1, I ran a promotion, the Frankie Float's 40-40, right? So the Frankie Float's 40-40, originally I pitched it as a team challenge. 2 people come in, they got 40 rolls, 40 ounces of fluid between them total, and I was going to give them like 6 minutes. And like even like some of the guys that come in here can eat, they're like, yeah, man, that's tough. They start doing the math, right? And it's like, oh, yeah, it's 15, 18 seconds a roll, and you got to keep the pace, blah, 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 blah. So I had no takers. So me and Dave were talking, like, what do you want to do? And I said, what about the 40-40? And he's like, yeah, I'll come in and try it. And we didn't even say he wanted a partner. He just said, I'll come and eat the 40 rolls.
The food's right, man. We'll do it ourselves.
So, guy, why don't you uncover the first tray there and show them what these rolls look like.
This is the perfect food.
That's just, we can't beat that for lunch on a Friday afternoon.
With the sweet cinnamon butter, nonetheless, too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that's a sweet little treat.
I got some treats today. It's worth the
Right.
drive.
My truck smelled completely amazing on the way over here.
There we go. All right.
You can leave the other one covered till you get to
Look at
it.
that, man. Rolls.
Oh, boy.
Cinnamon butter.
There you go.
And Diet Dr. Pepper.
Gotta be
Friend of the
healthy.
U.S. Mail.
That's what all the eaters are like, I want to save calories. So they were just baked today. I thought we were going to have an issue getting the rolls. And I talked to the manager last night. And I said, listen, I got a stupid request. You know, run a little podcast, blah, blah, blah. I need 40 rolls. She says, well, I can have them ready for you. And I'm like, I need them around noon tomorrow, but you guys aren't open. She goes, we have bakers here all day. She goes, I'll have them ready. Just come ring the doorbell. So I go ring the doorbell, go in there, talk to the guy. And he's like, are you Floats? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what are you doing with 40 rolls? I said, we got a local podcast. It involves like competitive eating stunts, blah, blah, blah. I gave him one of the Frankie Floats cards with the QR
They
code.
know you're Floats. They know what you're doing with these rolls.
Right.
Should have been a question.
Right. So he's like, I never asked for these rolls. Never said, hey, Texas Roadhouse, Mr. Manager, Mrs. Manager, can I have these free? Never asked. Told them what we were doing with them, and they voluntarily said, hey, we'll donate them to the podcast. So big shout out to our local Texas Roadhouse here in Royersford, Pennsylvania, for hooking us up for Dave's stun here today at the Feeding Frenzy studio. And Dave, this is the first time he stepped inside the studio. What do you think?
This is great, man. I have to come back again.
Hey, Dave, you come back anytime you want. You're always welcome. So this isn't going to be more like a contest, so to speak. He's just here. He's going to eat the rolls. We're kind of going to have a conversation while he's eating the rolls. He can go as fast as he wants or as slow as he wants. We're just going to see if he can do 40 rolls. Butter's not required. If he can do the 40 rolls up for shits and giggles, I'm going to run the timer. It's going to run up. And then just to give him, maybe when he sees the timer clicking away, it'll motivate Dave to pick up the pace at some particular point. So you got your lids off your fluids over there, Mr. Goldstein?
Yeah, we're good, man. This is going to be filling. Bread's always a filling item with competitive eating, but we'll see how many we can get through.
All right, buddy.
I think 40 is doable, but
I guess we'll find out. You ready to go?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's give it a college try. There you go.
All right, shout out to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Are they still warm? A little bit?
Cool down.
They're still pretty good though, because I know that when we've been in there to eat, they come in. They're not always. I mean, most of the time they're hot, but they're a good temperature and they're always delicious, especially with the butter. And by the time he gets done these, if you don't get your packages tomorrow in the Cherry Hill area, you'll have to understand they'll come on Monday. Shit happens.
So I'm surprised.
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, that's what he told me. Originally, he told me he was off today and tomorrow. So I didn't know, really, we really decided whether we were going to do it today or tomorrow. I was good either way because my local job here is only 10 minutes from the house. So I left there, said, hey, I'm going to have an opportunity to come back. So Dave said, hey, be good for Friday. I didn't even question. I'm like, yeah, we'll get it going. Joey's Kramer. He doesn't really have a job. So he's available.
I missed golf today for this. You know how much shit I got today for not going to play golf this morning?
We got Kramer and Newman in the house at the same time.
We'll bring the mail truck. We can go get some cans. We'll drive them over to Michigan, get the 10-cent deposit.
Yeah, so he's taking small bites and little sips of his water there.
They look nice and soft and chewy as we've come those rolls to. Oh, yeah. Moisturizing his skin. It's like a 2-for-1.
All right, so while he's starting to eat here, so I'm going to talk to number 2 chairman here. So I recently started uploading audio only to Spotify. Okay. So what we need to do is when we have somebody in the studio doing, like he's over there eating, taking little sips and stuff like that, we need to be a little bit more descriptive of what's going on.
Got it.
So when we upload the audio for the podcast, so a couple of like big name pro eaters were like, Frank, man, because the pot or
they want to envision it.
Our channel's growing relatively fast. I mean, we're not growing obscenely quick, but from November to now, we're right around 40,000 subscribers. So, and they're both like, dude, that's a quality burp.
This is his first burp. The Diet Dr. Pepper at work.
Right, so they're both like, where your level is headed, you need to do Spotify to complement it.
Right, because a lot of people listen to podcasts and you can't watch and drive at the same time, and maybe they want to go back and watch it later after they have heard it just to see exactly what was happening, but that makes sense.
So I uploaded the PA Boys Barbecue one.
I remember that.
Because there was a lot of talking going on there because the owner of the restaurant was there.
Right.
And then I uploaded the Frank Petka interview one.
Yep.
About the Wingbowl No One Died movie. Which that movie, he started... The producer of that movie isn't really a social media guy, Frank Petka. So what he did recently was he has started social media across all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and he's uploading, I'll call outtakes, like that aren't used in the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he did one, like it says here, meet Rick the manager, or meet Mo Train. Unfortunately, Dave, U.S. Mail, wasn't involved.
Do we know when the movie's coming out? Any idea when we can visually lay eyes on this film on our couches?
Well, I believe they have 2 different routes they're interested in, right? They want somebody to come in, scoop up the movie, buy it, spend $100,000, $200,000, put it on Netflix, right, and then get their money out of it and then go on to the next project. And what they really want to do, I think the home run for them, is to sell it as a docu-series.
Okay.
Right? So it'll like, I guess 30 minutes or however long it is. It's a 22-minute or a 44-minute episode, depending on if it's an hour or a half-hour show. It's like this week, they're going to introduce you to Arson Arnie. They're going to go to Arson Arnie, talk to Arson Arnie, and give you Arson Arnie's background. And I think he only ever ate one wingbowl, but he's got a real big like audio visual section in the wingbowl movie itself.
Okay.
So I think that's the goal they want, because they can do a docu-series with the amount of characters were involved, especially Obi-Wan. You imagine interviewing that guy? yeah. The Star Wars guy. Don't get me wrong, his entourage was a pretty good shtick, And Dave, the first time I met Dave was at the 555 building in Bala Cynwyd. Me and Rick, the manager, drove down there, and Dave was in there to do a stunt to get in the wing bowl. And it's 6:30 in the morning, and he shows up with bacon double cheeseburgers from McDonald's or whatever it was.
That's what was it Hollis Thomas wanted.
Yeah.
He wants some like the quarter pounders, I think.
Yeah, and I was also I think I was in the studio for quite another one. Was he did the balut eggs, which I made a mistake in one of the podcasts. I said you eat like a dozen of them. But
25 of them.
He ate 25 of them. And not only that, they made us go into a separate studio because Angelo was grossed out.
Are those like half-grown fetus eggs, the ones that look disgusting as shit?
Yeah.
25 years in wingbowl, and that's where Angelo crosses the line. Baby ducks in an egg.
Yeah, partially feathered and you ate yeah.
It's delicious though. Chicken.
Yeah,
Chicken. Yeah.
So we're in the other. I have a picture of him eating the eggs. It's probably the only picture of him eating the eggs that I had it. So it's a shame. I think I don't know. I remember talking to you about the Wing Bowl movie because you had said you did something else similar,
I was in a movie with Kobayashi called Hungry,
right?
which was a big production, and it went to independent film festivals, but never got picked up.
Right.
And I spent a lot of time on that, and I thought the wing bowl thing's over. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I mean, the new movie looks good.
Right.
And maybe I should have done some time with it, but no.
Now, how many wing bowls did you participate in?
8
8 of them.
okay. Over 10 years, 11 years.
That's
So
pretty.
I was banned, and then the one I did was my surgery.
Well, now hold on. Now I'm curious. Curiosity's gonna kill the cat, right?
Not personally.
Oh.
He was banned because of an organization he was associated with.
Oh, heard. Understood.
So the association.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Right.
Yep.
We're not beating that association up by any means.
Nope. We're just letting. He was abiding by the rules.
Right. I'm a fan of MLE and all the events that they put on, and it was a rift that we'll call it the powers that be between MLE and Angelo's show in the morning that they had is why that didn't mix.
And what was the most you ate at the wing bowl? How many did you get down?
305.
Jesus, that's a lot.
My last one, yeah.
Because I think the last wing bowl I was at, you won. As a matter of fact, I think I have a picture of us on that, and I think
He was at the first one at 2300.
Yeah, 2300, and then he won the one at Risque. I was at the first one at Risque after that.
So he won.
I was a wing pole 2 and 3.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think but those were a little bigger wings than they were at the.
Well, we got the wing
They're
size.
Were
Same size.
they? Okay.
Yeah, we got the wing size down over the years. Our wings now are about the same size as the wing bowl wings.
Should have been there to eat the ones that we did at the. Those things were big.
Yeah, they were chicken legs. The
Yeah.
last wing contest we did at Barrel and Ale. I mean, they were good. I ate a couple of them.
They were delicious.
They weren't bad. It was just, had I known they were going to be that big, I wouldn't have told them to cook so many. I mean, that's my fault because I didn't see the wings beforehand. I figured we had 11 contestants.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to eat 600 wings in the first round because I knew there was 3 guys there could eat. You know, 2 of them were my guys that come here regularly, or F4 guys, and then one of the other guys who I knew a little bit about, who was a bigger guy, and he wound up finishing the third. So, but still, I mean, a winner only ate 44 wings in 12 minutes, which isn't bad considering the size. You know, and
The bigger the harder.
yeah, so, and especially the drum section, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drum was annoying. So, by the way, at the last wing poll, like, and I always make sure that, you know, now I have Doughboy. Me and Doughboy kind of, we make sure we have whoever we think are like the top 5 or 6 guys
Right.
between us. So, I noticed Dave, he would get a stray wing that was the size of like the leg of a
Fucking
Tyrannosaurus.
a turkey leg.
Like this, man.
Yeah, and Dave wouldn't even take a bite out of it. He'd just leave the whole wing on the plate.
Well, one I took a bite of it, it looked pink. I was like,
Yeah, no reason to risk
Well,
it.
I'm not going to waste time on something like that, and I'll just take a 1-wing deduction as I go on.
Right.
But that's why he won, though. Because at the end of it, whatever you want to say, whoever said I got video or anything like that, we count the plates. We keep track of all
Right.
the plates, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
So we don't have any plates. Dave was into plate number 21,
Okay.
and Brunelli was just finishing plate 20.
Okay.
So he was like 4 or 5 wings into plate 21, where Brunelli didn't get there yet.
Right.
And then when I went back over the numbers, the final number was 187, 185.
Okay.
So where him not wasting time on those 4 or 5 turkey leg wings is
And-
why he was able to get ahead as
Right.
far as plates.
So it's easier to lose those couple points and gain it in the long run versus trying to eat that, filling the extra room, and then killing time trying to eat this fucking turkey leg.
Every second's crucial.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially when it's speed and you're going by numbers, right? So he's saving time because he's not screwing around with that wing, but so he's not. I just saw that. Did you see that?
What'd he do?
He looked at the clock.
Ah.
I told you.
How many? He's doing pretty good. He's almost through the first trace, so we're 16 and a half rolls down. I can't even see the clock. Oh, 9 minutes in.
So we'll sweeten the pot now. Now that Dave's getting through the first tray here, so Dave, don't get me wrong. Dave's eating. He can cruise along and probably blow this up. But what we're going to do is Dave's just going to set a time. and he's in here eating casual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eating 40 rolls, there's some guys that come in here I know could eat 40 rolls.
Right.
But there's some guys that could come in here and I think that they think
they can eat 40. There's a lot of, I'm one of those guys that thinks that I think that I can eat 40 rolls. I'm telling you right now, I cannot, but I think I can, depending on my condition.
When he's done, whatever the time is, I'm gonna put a bounty up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a $100 Visa gift card up for the fastest time on 40-40
Okay.
through the season.
All right.
So if Dave's time holds up, I'll buy him a Twisted Tea at Wingbowl next year. So, is the butter helping or?
Helps a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Gives it a little different flavor. I mean, and plus it's really good.
I mean, the rolls are not as soft as they're when they're fresh, but
Right.
still good. The butter helps lubricate.
Yeah, but I came up with this idea because all those TikToks roll across to the college kids, where they go to Texas Roadhouse and they order like 2 appetizers, and they sit there and eat rolls all night.
Right.
And they have a stack of baskets this high from eating 105, 110 rolls.
Well, back in the day when you could have the peanuts at the table, people would sit there and eat the peanuts and then, the bread and then do the same thing.
Right.
And then infuriating, especially for the servers who are there trying to make money. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Made room.
Quality burp. So me and Dave also share another affliction. We both like playing poker.
Ooh.
We have, and as much as I didn't know he played, and we talk about playing at the same card rooms in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Years ago, I posted a picture of my Tropicana poker's player card.
Yep.
Immediately, he sends me a text message. He goes, "Dude, I got the same one." Because back in the day, it was hard to find a game down there, wasn't it, Dave? Take your time. So back then, Sands, right? Sands was the first one that started, right? And you would go to Sands, and they'd never have enough people to play Hold'em. We're talking like 90s.
Well, Sands came down. They brought Sands down, didn't they?
They brought Sands down.
Because that's where they built Ocean.
Well, the Tropicana was the main room,
Right.
and then Showboat had a crappy room,
Yeah.
Right, the one up by the boardwalk.
and then Bally's.
And until
Yeah.
Small.
and until Trump opened.
Tropicana was good, and then Taj Mahal took over.
Right.
And they had some really good poker tournaments
Yeah.
with 150 people
Right.
in the room.
Well, they used to host a United States Poker Open
Yeah.
too. I finished a final tabled in Omaha 8 or better.
I still have a VHS tape from like one of their finals.
Oh, yeah?
They were giving it away or something. It's still in my basement for some reason. But yeah, and then obviously when Borgata opened, that became the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Borgata's no joke. But now we have. You're not close. Philly's still closer for you than Atlantic City, right?
Yeah, I play Philly live most of the time.
Yeah. So I played live a couple times. I used to play it. It used to be called Sugar House. Now it's
Rivers.
Rivers.
Yeah.
Their poker room wasn't bad.
I never went there. I heard it's a crappy casino.
Well, it's not a crappy casino. It's just it's walking distance from downtown. So there's a lot of arguing. It wasn't just poker. So there's a lot of standing up arguing. Guys getting ready to fight.
Now, I know it's a bit out of the way, but the poker room at the Aria was very good. I saw
The Aria.
it 3 weeks ago, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was only ever in Vegas once, and that was in 1989.
Oh, it's getting better. That one was a little wet. Like,
Yeah.
If that was a fart, it would have been a little shit in the pants.
Yep.
That's clear.
All right, on to Tray 2.
Tray 2, yep.
Tray 2 still has the majority of his butter remaining, and feel free, get in there, get involved. You can see him glistening right on the lips, like he has chapstick a little bit on his nose and on his cheeks.
Right.
Had him do it in the wintertime, that way when he's out there delivering the mail with that windburn, just put the butter all over himself, and it works as a chapstick that he can, have a little snack
This
later.
is your first time in the new digs, too.
It is. I'm used in the old one. I was telling Dave earlier, like he didn't have the honor of coming down in the frozen tundra pit. That was. Don't do that to me. If that goes in my mouth, I'm going to be angry. For the Spotify folks, he just shit his pants, and the essence is going to float towards my mouth, and we're in a confined little space. But
Sorry.
this is going to be good now. It's going to be warm in the winter. It'll be temperature controlled in the summer.
Well,
when it gets hotter than hell, you're going to put it in air
where I have it built in my garage, the garage is built into a bank.
Yeah.
So these two walls are underground.
Oh, well, that's even better.
So those walls are always cool. So
Oh.
even unless it gets in like, take that, Joseph.
Oh,
Unless it gets in like the 100 degrees in the
Jeez.
summertime.
There's gonna be a new rule. I don't give
I got
a
air
shit if
freshener
you're-
out there on the
if you're
table.
studio or not. Like, we're not gonna shit in other people's mouths while we're trying to talk. And he's eating, for God's sakes.
Oh, no.
So next week we have our one hot guy specialist.
Daniel Anderson.
So he came up here the first time and he brought an array of hot sauces.
I'll never forget
Uh.
the fourth one. Fucking dragon's breath.
We said, hey, line them up from what you think, because they're his sauces.
You drinking the sauces?
No, we bought wings.
Yes.
So I mean, not that we're trying to rip off Hot Ones or that show that guy does.
We just wanted to see
just-
this guy eat his hot sauce.
But the wings are a good vessel for hot sauce as opposed to just spoon it in there, right? So I said, line them up from lightest to hottest. And we get to the fourth one, and he's reading the ingredients. It's got like dragon's breath and scorpion peppers and blah, blah, blah. And that was one of those hot sauces where when you put it in your mouth, you could feel it immediately.
Feel your
and I turned to
soul.
him and I said, yeah, this is a real joke. Wait till we try to swallow it. And I started to swallow, and I'm in like a full body sweat. It's like 14 degrees in my garage.
And that was so uncomfortable. Couldn't feel my mouth.
So
I realized we made a mistake.
He's coming next week, and he's bringing pasta that he's making. So he's a hot pepper guy. So he has he's trying to get a hold of pepper. Actually, he wants to put that in there too, which is supposed to be ridiculously hot. But it's going to have all these hot peppers. He's going to make his own marinara sauce with these hot peppers for this pasta. So he's going to bring that. What he doesn't know yet, though, is I just recently purchased the Bomb. They have 3 sauces for the Bomb from the show Hot Ones. Mm-hmm. And everybody that gets on there, when they get to that one called the Bomb, Beyond Insanity, tries that sauce and can't get over it. And there's still 3 or 4 to go after that, because we did the what were the other ones he has?
The last dabs.
The last dab. He brought the last dabs with him. There's 3 or 4 of them, and nothing was as hot as that one we had with the Dragon's Breath pepper.
Oh, well, the Dragon's Breath pepper is the new hottest one in the world. It's more so than the Reaper.
Yeah,
And-
it's like an extra, it's like a hybrid or something.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
hybrid,
it's that was that and the other one. Remember, you had the sharks. You had the 2 sharks teeth sauces. The one that was real good that we were putting on the brownies, and then there was the other one.
They were my show.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then that other one that you had
One of them was good, and the other one was just
fucking
nuts.
Yeah, not pleasurable at all. So he's gonna do that. I assume we're gonna have to try the last dabs with him,
That's
just
what
to say we did it.
the bombs.
The bombs, I mean.
Yeah, my oldest son tried it, and he's like, he goes, that, and I goes, yeah, he puts it a little bit on his finger, and he goes like this. He's like everybody else when he first told it. He goes, oh, I was worried about this. It's not that bad, blah, 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 blah. And then it kicks in. He's like, oh, my God. And I hear, he's like running around the house, hiccuping, like he sounds like he's throwing up. He's hiccuping. He's like, out there, he's running around looking for an EMT. So lighting we're still working on. So I have a couple soft boxes that I just got, and we're still running the LED garage lights over here because they're real bright.
I think it looks good though. I mean, it's very nice for anybody that watched in season 1. You'll see the extreme improvement. It's only going to get better. We're going to get some decorations up there. The liquor bottles are coming.
Right, yeah. So anybody's watching, I'm looking for empty liquor bottles because behind us here, I'm going to build some shelves and put liquor bottles back here for somewhat
You
of
got to
a...
have the salted caramel somewhere.
We have 2 of them empty bottles. The problem is now, though, is that the older son, who's 22, they play some kind of, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons thing, but not exactly. And what they do is they do some kind of battles or whatever, and the loser has to take a shot. Well, he's up there drinking the Old Smoky salted caramel, and you can tell as the night's going on, he goes from having fun to
Well, that's how it was. Remember when we did the trivia online during COVID? It started out relatively sober-like in the first round. By the time we got to round 5, we had people falling out of their chair. I couldn't read the questions, and it was just a mess. I mean, that's what happens when you drink shots like that.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, he's counting.
He's counting.
He's taking inventory.
Let's take a peek. See, we're at 19 and a half minutes. I think we're doing pretty good. 19 and a half minutes.
That's not that bad.
Call it, 14 rolls maybe remain, give or take. Stack them like little bricks.
14.
14. All right, plus 1 in his hand.
There you go.
And the Diet Dr. Peppers, he's got half of one of those down. He's got a full one to go. He'll burp it out, make the room.
It's good stuff.
His goal is to get it all down to make sure he can get back on 422 to get up to Cherry Hill. The key is to make it past King of Prussia before 312. If you make it past King of Prussia by 312, it's going to be a lot smoother ride.
Well, no, man. Pretty bad one coming up.
He's next time he goes, takes the family to Texas Roadhouse and say, hold the rolls.
Never.
My youngest son worked at that Texas Roadhouse. And I had a good gig there, and they liked him. And he used to do it up. He'd wear the cowboy hat, with the shirt, with the, he'd go over there and play up the cowboy bit.
Uh-huh.
And you know how they have the birthday caller?
Oh, yeah, on the bowl.
That was
the bowl.
My son loved doing that. He loved getting people up on the thing and saying, attention, Roadhouse, blah, 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 blah. Well, of course, I think he was just turned 17, and 17-year-olds in jobs, reliability level, And the shame was when I saw the manager yesterday afternoon, I talked to her. I said, yeah, my son used to work here, and she said, what was his name? And I said, Brett. She goes, oh, I love Brett. He goes, he's the one that used to wear the cowboy hat, blah 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 blah. And like the way her face lit up when I said that, if he went over there and said, hey, listen, I was a kid, I'm like 2.5 years older. If he went over there and said, hey, what do you think about me coming back to work? I bet you she would hire me back. So you have to work Sunday if you're off today and tomorrow?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
You ever have to work Sunday to deliver the Amazon packages? No? All right.
Lots of new people.
Yeah. They get the shit.
Oh, he's gonna be a double dipper.
Oh.
Because he was military.
Okay.
Were you in the Air Force?
Army, but
Army.
I'll get a pension.
Oh, yeah, you didn't work.
Ah.
I had 13 years total. So
I thought he was a double dipper.
Hey, that's a good plan.
I wish I could retire right now. Post office.
Yeah, the guy I used to bowl with was double dipper. He put 20 years in the Air Force, and then 20 years in.
I can retire from the post office now, but
What are you gonna do?
what am I gonna do?
Eat.
This?
You sit around and eat. So you were a walker or a driver?
Driver.
Yeah.
Driver.
Yeah.
I'm walking days with dog.
Yeah, that's for the new guys with the Amazon packages.
Yeah. Senior already has his privileges.
Yeah. So you live in New Jersey your whole life?
Born in Philly,
Right.
early 70s, the schools went on strike, 1974, 1975. My parents said, fuck it.
Went across the river.
Down over the river.
I'm saying the only thing I like about New Jersey better than Pennsylvania is being a self-employed guy, right? So if you're a self-employed guy in New Jersey, when you pay like your taxes and insurance and stuff like that, you're covered for workman's comp.
Okay.
So like if I got hurt on the job, I would have workman's comp. Pennsylvania can't do that as an owner.
How about the fact that they not only don't have to, they're not allowed to pump their own gas.
And it's cheaper than Pennsylvania.
Right. Right? Like, I mean, I've been to some of the places where the attendant's in no hurry, but at the same time, I'm in no hurry when I do it either. So,
Right.
the fuck do I want to get out and pump the gas for, especially when it's
Yeah.
cold?
Nah, people criticize them, like, all right, you pump your gas, I don't have to.
Right?
I've done it, but
I found that out the hard way one time. The first time I ever went to Oregon back in 2004. The same thing. Oregon and New Jersey are the two states where you're not allowed to pump your gas.
Right.
And I get into Oregon, never been there before, and I get out to pump my gas. Guy comes running over. He's like, oh, I got it. I'm like, oh, no, I'm good, dude. I can pump the gas. No, like, really, you're not allowed to pump your gas. I call my buddy. He's like, no, you fucking idiot. You can't pump your gas. You're in Oregon. So then I go to New Jersey, see that for the first time, brought back that memory. And so now, every time I leave Jersey, I make sure that I get gas. Saves me a little bit of energy.
Right. So remember how I was talking about a lot of guys that can do competitive eating
Yeah.
or runners?
Yeah.
That was that guy.
Yeah, I'm not running anywhere unless there's imminent danger.
Which he's got 2 metal knees now from all the
From
running.
the running. Right, it's dangerous.
not pumping run.
Well, it's a contributing factor.
I have arthritis
Yeah.
for many years, and the running didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also had, who unfortunately passed away, had a son Josh, special needs. This fucking guy would go like swim 2 miles attached to a kayak with his disabled son in the kayak.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No joke.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That
What was the name of the charity you guys were involved with? We'll wait till you clean your mouth. I think I want to say it's like Annesley's
Ainsley.
Ainsley's
Ainsley's
Angels.
Angels.
Ainsley's
Okay.
Angels. Yeah. So I used to follow that page when he was involved over there with.
So I have a trailer full of chairs, and we have runners who volunteer to lend their legs to push other special needs kids and adults.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Give them that enjoyment. And what's...
You know what he did when he turned 55? He went for a jog. Where'd you go for a jog to, Dave?
Ocean City.
From Cherry Hill.
It's actually from Woodbury, about 55 miles to celebrate 55 years.
Jesus.
You know what I did on my 51st birthday?
Fucking drank a lot of beer.
55 ounces of beer.
Yeah.
Took a nap and ate a pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my, that's a long jog. I got a buddy. He does the those ultra marathons, those 100. He does the 100-miler. And
I did one of those.
like that's.
I'm doing it again in October, but walking it.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand it. He loves it, and he's done the Ironman. He's done.
I've done a couple of them.
Yeah.
Tattoo. You become an endurance junkie. You love doing it, and you want to push your body to bounds that you don't know if you can do or not. You know, like
I saw this on maybe Instagram last week or earlier this week, and same type of deal. It's somewhere in the hills of like Virginia or
the Barkley Marathon.
That's it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That only like 12 people have ever completed.
Guy doesn't give you a map.
You got to find the clues, and
as you run to a certain point, you got to find the clues to run through this crazy wilderness marathon, and you have so much time.
hey, it's 24 hours flat, I think, is what they give you.
Nobody's done it since 2021, I think.
Right, and I think there was a lady.
First girl did it.
Yeah, the first lady that did it, and that's beyond me.
Yeah, I would never do that, but I mean that's.
Yeah, because my buddy said he did the 100-miler in Virginia. Took him 29 hours to do, and he's like, I can't wait to do it again. And I said, you're sick, dude.
I did mine 28 hours and doing 1 mile loops.
Yeah. Oh, so it's just. Now, have you done any of the Tough Mudders? I've been to see a couple of those now.
No, they're boring.
That's exactly what he says too. He says boring.
I didn't like obstacles in the army, and I don't like to do them now. It's
Right.
I don't have a strong upper body, so I'm not going to make a fool of myself trying to do monkey bars and climb ropes. Just use my legs and
then trucking through nipple-high mud and getting all wet, getting trench foot. Yeah.
muddy. I mean, it looks like fun, but it's your thing, it's not your thing.
Right.
But runners like to do pure running and just throwing out there.
Well, didn't you do a beer run?
What, the beer mile? Yeah.
Yeah, the beer mile. I remember seeing that one.
Yeah, the beer mile. You have four loops on a track. You gotta drink it. You gotta chug a beer. Has to be at least 5% alcohol.
Yep.
And you gotta chug a beer, and if you vomit, you gotta do an extra loop. So I really don't drink much anymore. But this was like 6 years ago. So my buddy, he wasn't a runner, so he goes, I don't think you could do a beer mile in 9 minutes. I'm like, he's up at $50. You know, I'm not a fast runner, so I figured I could do an 8.5 minute mile. Well, I couldn't used to.
Right.
So I videotaped the beer mile, and I did it in 8:52. The first beer went down in 7 seconds. The fourth beer was taking a lot more time, but I did it.
I've seen reels of that too, and it's like in my mind, it's another one of those things. I think that I can, I think I can do it.
Right.
One, I don't think I can run a mile without an ambulance needed. The 4 beers, on the other hand, I could do very easily.
And there's actually beer miles. There's actually a website, and there's these professional runners who run 5-minute miles who actually do it.
Yeah.
And they do beer miles in 5 minutes. It's sick. I mean, it's
because you got all that gas in you,
Right.
and then you're trying to run and.
my fourth beer. The liquid's just sloshing in your stomach, and
We're running with walrus belly.
like, you want to, but you can't. You know.
Right. So did you ever watch the Waste Management Open?
Oh yeah.
The 16th hole is the stadium hole.
Stadium hole.
So it's 360 degrees, people all the way around the hole.
20. What are they packing there? 40,000.
So it's huge.
It's huge.
So I had an idea. I'm thinking, I wonder if they do anything to entertain those people while they're waiting for the first foursome to get there in the morning.
They're trying to cut those people down. They're trying to shut them down. Like they started cutting them off. Like this past year's tournament, they had beer sales stopped on day 1 by like noon. Like,
Right. So this is
it's
what I
get
wanted-
out of control.
This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a beer run on that hole because it's only like 155 yards or something like
Yep.
that. So I want to get like big fat dudes. I want to put a table with beer up on the green.
Yep.
Table with hot dogs. Okay, you got to eat a hot dog, run all the way down to the green, drink a beer. Come all the way back to the table, eat a hot dog, run all the way back up to the green, and have barf barrels, trash cans, positioned along the way. And then for every fat guy that can complete 3 cycles, they get like a gift card or something.
I tell you what, you get Jay Monahan, PGA Tour Commissioner, to approve that, you win life.
I sent him an email. I didn't get a
Well,
response.
no shit. It took Live Golf to almost shut him, take all his golfers away before he started paying the golfers. Like, for good luck.
Nah, but it'd be funny. It'd be a funny guy.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, for the insurance, dealing with some fat guy down on the course.
I bet we could pull that off at a local golf course there in the middle of an outing here somewhere.
We probably could.
Probably know a few people that
Yeah.
to make that go down.
Yeah, the baseball league, local baseball league does one at local golf course. Dave, you a golfer now? No. He's a mailman.
And a roll leader.
So what are you doing? You're not training anymore for marathons,
Swimming, biking.
biking.
You ever do the Boston Marathon? You running it?
No, not fast enough.
No.
We're fine.
Separate buddy, different buddy than the ultra marathon guy. He ran in it in 24 for the first time, and he was cruising. He was running 5-minute miles, and hit the wall. He hit the wall around mile
Yeah,
20.
you gotta qualify to get to Boston.
Yeah.
Somebody my age about to run a marathon in about 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Right, for the age group. I saw, because
My fastest ever was 4:20,
yeah,
but no, I can't do that before. It's just fine. It's not a big deal.
right. Yeah, I was looking at it because when I was like, oh, well, I don't really watch it, but then I was like, oh, I know somebody that's in it. Let me, get the tracker on just to see how he's doing. And then I saw how, you got to qualify and get in, and then there's different age group brackets for times.
Dave's moving right along on those
Oh,
drills.
yeah. Yeah,
9
we got
left.
9, and we're at 32 and a half. 32
Yep.
and a half minutes. We're doing good.
We almost need like a second timer,
Yeah, so we can see from the other way.
right? Because
Or we mount it on the wall so everybody can see. But then the camera can't see.
Right, so we gotta have it so the camera can see it. B-Dog hasn't figured out how to drop the timer in.
All right.
Like you can drop an animated timer in.
Less trips to Florida, more time working on cameras.
Something,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Well,
no,
we could get a little stopwatch. We could always put one just right here just so we can look at it.
yeah. B-Dog's in Delaware today. Usually he's out there with a headset on, making sure everything still sounds good. But then when we had Peter in here, when he did 40 peanut butter eggs, you got to watch that video. He thought he was coming in to eat 40 peanut butter eggs, the big ones, and
That's a lot of peanut butter.
we kind of dropped the wheel of doom on him.
Why's the Wheel of Doom not in here?
There was nowhere to hang it. So
Oh.
we did the wheel of doom. We filmed it out there with the wheel of doom's on the outside. We got to remember to get a picture with Dave before he leaves,
You get the well, yeah, we will. The
underneath the Shark Tank sign.
well, the one wheel that I have, I got a couple wheels at a couple different venues that we do for prizes. Stands on a tripod.
Stick.
Put it right here, and just whoosh, and you can write whatever you want to on there.
Oh, ghetto-like.
Or you can make little signs and Velcro it on there.
Ooh. Sounds like work. I like my
You get the wheel, I'll
My-
handle the signs.
my tabletop.
The tabletop's very nice.
No, I mean that there's a leftover sign.
I'm aware of what it is.
That was the original Frankie Float sign that never made a telecast, and I switched to the banners.
We got to protect the tablecloth.
Yeah, I got yelled at for spending $17 on tablecloths.
But you saved a bunch of money on rolls, so
Yeah,
it
well, I mean,
equals out.
I bought material ones, and I didn't want to get black because the whole room's black. You can't see it, but I got a shark carpet down there, in between the two tables. So, always looking for more shark-related items. So we have a blank canvas. Ultimately, I'd like to find a 3D, like taxidermist shark.
Yeah.
And just like hang it from the ceiling right in the middle.
Like a little centerpiece, like a
Right,
chandelier.
Right, because we're in here filming, we're always going to be sitting down. So if we can wind up getting camera angle where we can include the shark.
Yeah, the freak is always fishing, tell him to catch one.
Freak's been here.
Don't cut the shot for you.
There you go. That's why I'm trying to line him up. He's a fun time. He was here for the Christmas special.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. He came up, he did deviled eggs, and his wife didn't bring enough deviled eggs for everybody. Just enough for him to eat.
It's a hell of a ride home.
You hear that, Adrian? Next time, bring enough for everybody. We were breaking his balls about it when he was here. He had the first ever Bizarro food item.
What was it?
You weren't here for that one?
I don't think so.
Oh. So he thought he was coming just for to eat deviled eggs. And I'm like, deviled eggs are kind of easy. So I said to him, I go, he's like, what am I going to get, the Wheel of Doom? Nah, we just did the Wheel of Doom a couple weeks ago. We don't want to wear out the Wheel of Doom, right? We want to let the Wheel of Doom lurk in the background. So I said, this is going to be the Christmas episode. I got you a couple Christmas gifts to eat with your deviled eggs. So the first Christmas gift he opened was a can of sardines. So, I mean, they're good. I mean,
they're smoked. They can be pretty good. So
right, I eat them all the time.
Yeah.
And I said, wait till the second one's done, until you're done eating everything else. So he's done. He opens it up, and it's a jar of cookies. There's like 5 cookies in there I made.
Oh.
So I'm thinking,
I remember this.
There's got to be a way where I can make something that looks like a dessert that's not going to taste what it looks like. Same texture, same consistency, same everything. So when you take a bite into it, your mouth and your mind are not going to be communicating because they don't understand what you're eating. So what I did was, there's no flour in the I made cookies. Yeah, no flours in the cookies. Made it with pulverized pork rinds. So I used pulverized pork rinds, and I used black beans as the binder. So it tasted like a pork rind cookie with white chocolate chips in it. So I have some of that stuff in mind for season 2, and I have a couple people that volunteered to come in and do a couple things. So we just got the Santa belly pot.
Oh, man. We're close.
It's gonna be close.
Getting full.
What do we project? 5 to 6 pounds of bread?
Yeah, probably closer to 6.
Yeah.
We're full.
Oh boy. We got 7, 8 left.
7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of rolls, folks.
A
lot of rolls.
Again, Texas Roadhouse here in Royersford. Appreciate you guys.
Fantastic time. Every time we're in there, food's always good. The green beans are so good. Like, I don't know how they do it. You try and replicate those green. They're delicious.
Right. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, we go in there right away. Since we're down, the wife's got to get the onion thing, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Texas Rose or something.
Yeah. We like the rattlesnake bites. Rattlesnake bites are
They're
good.
not bad. They used to do I haven't had it in a long time, but I used to do a chicken fried steak there. I used to do it every now and then. But both my boys love the steaks from over there. We'll put a link in the description for their particular store down below. So.
When I think about it, like, we'll go there with 4 people. Now, we might have 4 baskets stacked, 5 baskets of bread stacked. And they put 4, maybe 5 rolls in each one.
Right.
16 to 20.
Right.
That's for 4 people. And we got Dave trying to eat 40 of them.
But you got to understand what's hard about this, though. Being somebody that's in the eating space, if he was eating these for speed and he was allowed to dunk them, he'd absolutely be dunking these things.
Right. And
So
it would get down faster so it wouldn't fill up. I mean, you wouldn't feel it as
I
fast.
might be tapping out here. We'll see.
That means we get a roll.
Ooh.
Little lunch treat.
I haven't touched a couple of them, so.
We know where you're from. So Dave, right, religious-wise, right, he's Jewish, right? So
What gave that away? The Goldstein.
No. I've known him for a long time, So we had a guy in here that was doing the peanut butter things, right? The peanut butter eggs. So we're talking, and he brings up Katz's Deli.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, good sandwich. I think I was there.
That's on my bucket list of places to go.
Quite a few years ago, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, you get a nice Jewish sandwich. And I said, Jewish sandwich? Does that come like with a yarmulke and a dreidel spin or something?
They're
actually opening one near me. Kibbutz room.
Right?
Ooh.
In King of Prussia.
Wait, isn't there...
I think it just opened this week.
I heard about that.
Where's the other kibbutz room at?
Cherry Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. They have a sandwich challenge.
I would have known that. I would have had you bring me some real whitefish spread.
Have you been to Talarico's over there, up in New York? A couple guys that were in the tank were up there last week. Josh the Goat and Stefan. We had a guy here from Germany.
I'm tapping.
Tapping?
I'm gonna let loose.
Oh, let's see. Hit the timer.
40 minutes.
40 minutes, 15 seconds.
Man.
How many did we get to?
Huh?
4, 3, 33 of them. Eating
33.
Yeah, I know.
So it's 33 and 40 minutes is the time to beat.
And a soda. Ooh.
And a soda.
And a soda. And a couple bottles of water.
Yeah, that's good. That's.
I thought you were going over there to grab us some rolls.
Oh, you want to roll?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, little throat rolls.
We need a cinnamon butter, too.
Well, we got plenty of those.
That's good.
That's tough without Dunkin', though, isn't it?
Yeah, bread's a hard food. That's why Nathan's and hot dog contests have bun dunking.
No.
Because you eat like this, it's
And a cooling, and I go.
sure, yeah. But
Did you ever eat at Nathan's?
I've done qualifiers, never got in. I wasn't good enough, and then when I left the MLE, I got better, and I got the 28 hot dogs eating with Kobayashi.
Right.
But never made the big dance there.
Yeah, we had Kobayashi the second year I got involved down there.
At wingbowl.
Mhm.
Yeah. The cheesesteak.
24 seconds.
Woo. Man. My stomach's got a lock now.
Give me a long ride home.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get to the 40. I apologize. At least to get to 40,000 subscribers.
There you go.
The effort was very good, though.
But
Because we're trying to get Shakes and Jaeger to come in for a 50,000 subscriber special. Well, we tore the studio down, so we're like retooling it. But we made a lot of mistakes in season 1, and if you watch the progression of our videos, you can see. So we're learning a lot. You know, we're asking people watching videos and stuff like that. So our biggest issue is that multiple video sources.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, the first year you couldn't even hear Doughboy.
yeah. And why you could barely hear him in one episode. But yeah, so once you start adding multiple video sources, trying to combine that 2-3 cameras into one feed, that's where things start to get complicated. That's where we were having issues. So, but if anybody's planning on doing this, and you're going to use multiple camera sources, you need a PC. You can't do it without a PC. So if anybody tells you can do it with a laptop, fuck you, you can't. So if you try to do it with a laptop, no matter how you try to do it, the video card in the laptop is not good enough. So we figured this out because I had an old PC in the house that I brought out here. And the PC I have in the house is probably 9 years old, and it's an old Dell. Picked up 3 cameras, no issue. We were able to put it all together. So we went to Best Buy. I said to the kids, like, yo, if you need to buy a laptop to play, stream, get video games or whatever, price ain't an option. Which one do you want? I go, wrap it up. We'll take it. Brought it home, fucked around with it for a month, because we have the special plan. We had 60 days. Fucked around with, did this, bought these different adapters. Now I'm $1,700 for a laptop. So then I bought these they're cards, they're video adapter cards.
Yeah.
Right, so I bought these video adapter cards to plug in a USB port to plug the cameras in. These things are supposed to trick your computer into thinking it's a webcam. Bubkiss. They were $100 a piece. I'm like, fuck it, it's all going back. I took back $2,000 worth of stuff, bought a $699 gaming PC with whatever they got the new updated processor in it, hooked everything up, flying like a kite, baby. Everything was working perfect. So don't listen to them at Best Buy, that's for damn sure.
You should go into Micro Center. Micro Center, that's where the computer nerds are at their finest.
The goal is if we get monetized, switch to Black Magic stuff. Because of Black Magic, they have a bundle where you get a couple cameras and you get a processing board, video processing board, so you can actually edit as you're filming. That's but that's like $15,000.
Oh, so you can't edit yet.
We have to edit after the fact.
Yeah.
So that's what we're recording all this as raw footage. We'll slap it together and do some stuff after the fact.
That's why I stopped making videos. My editing program was outdated. YouTube wouldn't even take it anymore. And I said, "Fuck it, I'm done making videos."
Right.
No, it'd be fun to do something again. US Mail 68 if you're on YouTube.
I'll put it. Is it still
Link in the
active?
description.
No. At my homepage, everybody that comes in here, I put their link to their YouTube page at the bottom of my homepage.
Yeah.
Chigs, I have Chigs, Pat Bertoletti's there.
I might figure out how to get back there someday and do it again, do videos. But
You know what would be good video for you? Not so eating on your mail route. 'Cause I know on your route you have 2 or 3 houses. Something's gonna be fucked up at those houses when you get there. 100%.
well, unfortunately, I can't video on. I've done videos in my mail truck
Right.
because I get a half-hour lunch break. I don't get paid. I can do whatever the hell I want. During the other times, I can't because of federal.
And it's U.S. Mail, M-A-L-E.
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 I'm not a friggin' letter.
Yeah.
I'm a well-rounded delivering stud. U.S. Mail.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis wrote a song about me.
And by the way, Dave always had a great entourage. Always had great things and stuff like that. And I remember the first time I remember you came out with a big giant mailbox.
Yeah, I
right?
came out of it.
Yeah, he came out of the mailbox. But then he did one called Bynum Land.
That was my winner, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if people remember, what was his name? Eric Bynum? What was his first name?
Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum.
Got millions from the Sixers, never played a lick.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Joel Embiid.
And explain them in detail what your float was. Your float
Yeah,
for
so
Bynum.
basically the flow was, I painted a big giant castle, a poster, and had a big sign which still hangs in my garage, says Bynum Land where dreams never come true. And I had a bowling alley because Bynum couldn't play for the Sixers, but he was caught bowling. And so I wore some knee braces at a fake bowling alley. Came out in Lakers stuff, ripped it off, had Sixers underneath it, knee braces, went bowling, fell. You know, got a kick out of it.
Yeah, but you should have won back-to-back years.
The
The
second
second one was better than the Bynum
the
Land.
year after I thought was better.
Was better than Bynum
And I
Land.
got screwed because that was a spoof of the Phillies and our old players. So I was ruined tomorrow.
Right.
Ruben tomorrow.
Right.
I had a big poster I had made in India. And it had Citizens Bank Park changed to Senior Citizens Bank Park.
Right.
And on my float was a skeleton in a wheelchair, and that was Bobby Abreu. Then I had pictures of like some of the older Sixers, but I think they should have really thought I won.
Right.
And then when we walked over to Andrew after the first round of the wingbowl there, he goes, no, he didn't win. I think they didn't want to upset Ruben tomorrow
Right.
by giving me the win, but it was the best one I've ever did. My entourage guys came out in Philly stuff. We had the scooters, we had the walkers, we had the canes. They were all
Right.
gray hair, wigs, and mustaches. It was perfect.
Right. Right.
Everybody loved it, but Angelo,
Would you have kept going with Wingbowl if they kept it going?
I don't know. It was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of fun, but being there, 2 a.m. with a float and just the preparation for, and I can't eat like I used to eat now. It's I'm in my late 50s now. I mean, I can't keep doing stretching for that kind of competition. Yeah, and
Right.
I don't want to get up there and do it and puke.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not one of the guys doing it for shits and giggles to go up there with my college buddies and just, man, I'm up here on stage and I'm gonna eat until I vomit. That's not what I want to do. So I probably would not have.
Would not have.
But
Because in the movie, the Wingbowl movie, Angelo talks about how he already had his sales pitch that he could have sold Wingbowl 27.
I believe it.
So because the Eagles had won the Super Bowl, and it was going to be pitched as Wingbowl 27, the final chapter.
Yeah, I think they ended it just the perfect time.
But I mean, if you think about it, it would have been a good segue towards his retirement, as opposed to the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, and 2 weeks later he was out.
Yeah, and I think they should have kept it the local eaters.
Right.
Just the Philly Jersey guys, and that's it.
That's my only thing is that the take on the movie itself is, we talked about that a little bit earlier, is that the national appeal, right? And like we have like a Wingador, right? Nothing against Wingador, love him, good friend, but like when you get to Harrisburg, nobody's heard of him.
Right.
Unless he was involved in that one TV show, Glutton Bowl or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
But he was like an icon while he was relevant in Wing Bowl for that, 5-6 years.
And that was it.
In the tri-state area. You know what I mean? So, but like it's try to sell a bunch of like it's kind of like just a local shit show that got popular in our area.
Yeah.
You know?
It got bigger than they ever thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, it was a train wreck.
And I tell you, I wish when I got out of the Army, and my buddies were trying to talk me into doing wingbowl. This is like wingbowl 3, wingbowl 4, and wingbowl 5. And every year they go, dude, you got to try it. You got to try it. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not going to eat a lot, and I eat too fast. And they always say, do it, do it, do it. And finally, wingbowl 15, I said, fine. I think, what if I did jump in at wingbowl 4, wingbowl 5, wingbowl 6, during those crazy years, you know? Could I have been the wingador? You know, could I have won some championships? You know,
Right.
You know, what if?
Probably.
You know,
Yeah, I remember when Super Squib showed up out of nowhere.
yeah,
You know, it's funny. There's always somebody that has the ability, and they're scared to throw their hat in the ring.
yeah.
You know?
You just don't know. I mean, when I thought of competitive eating, I thought there's no freaking way I'm going to compete with competitive eaters. They're good, and little I know,
Right,
when
you're
there's
one
a
of
bunch of local guys like me who just are pigs and can eat fast. And
Right.
I did my first wing bowl, and I came in 5th place. And I almost won the local car, and you know, and I was like, shit. And Angelo bad math me, you know, I scammed my way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And then and he said I'm gonna be horrible, I'm gonna suck, and they gave me 200 to 1 odds. And then after that first wing bowl, Angelo had me in the studio the following week. He's like, "Yeah, you might be our next local hero, man. You might be our next." Well,
Right.
guess I'm doing this again.
Yeah. So how the roll sitting over there?
Like a rock.
All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be locked up tomorrow morning.
Oh my God, I'm supposed to be on a 32-mile bike ride tomorrow morning.
Oh, you'll burn off the calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My first bike ride in 18 months.
Oof.
My new knees, so.
So have you done anything since the new knees or no?
No, rehab was a bitch. One knee had some scar tissue issues, so I couldn't do much. Just doing a lot of walking, stretching, trying to keep my weight down, which I'm not successfully doing. But now I can do other things. I just have to mentally get prepared,
Right.
get myself. I'm still grieving the loss of my son, so
Right.
that's a hard thing to do, and just to motivate myself every day and get out there and try to do something
Right.
good for myself. But I'm gonna start doing it.
Right.
Ugh, God.
You have another son and a daughter, don't you?
Yeah,
How old's the youngest?
16.
Ooh,
Too young for wing pole.
driving yet?
No,
No.
soon.
Yeah. How old is your other son?
He's 25.
Wow, already.
Yeah. So,
I remember you posted a picture of him going to games when he was little.
yeah, no, he's a big boy. So,
Oof.
but yeah, I said I'm retired from doing this shit, and I still come back and do it.
Oh, so my neighbor, right 2 doors down, Tim Logan.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He is a tailgate guru.
yeah.
So next year for the Eagles home opener, we're gonna do a contest at his tailgate.
Oh Jesus.
You'll be there. So what lot's he in?
It's F2. The
F2.
F2 parking lot right up
Yeah.
on the fence.
I tailgate at E.
Yeah,
So, all right,
Yeah, you just have to come
right in
over.
front of Wells Fargo.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. On the further side down by Xfinity, where the fence is,
Yeah.
right there.
That's where I'm at.
8 spots and F, probably 100 meters from
Stop by.
Xfinity.
I'm not eating, but I'll stop in and check it out.
Yeah, we want to work something out to do something.
You don't want to ruin the game, like
No,
you know.
I'm an Eagle season ticket holder. That's my passion. I love it, and I will.
Yeah.
I won't even. I was there for the final game at the vet. I got so trashed and drunk. I said I'll never
Yeah, I
drink
was
at a
there.
ball game again.
Yeah.
And I definitely will not eat before a ball. Eat
can't.
competitively.
No.
Before a ball
Maybe a
game.
little snack, a little something to get in, and
Yeah, I tailgate. I eat too much as usual, but not this.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get picked for. We had season tickets at the vet. We didn't get picked for the exemption, and I couldn't afford the PSLs back then.
Yeah, I have second level, so it's been in my family since the '60s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna continue doing that. Go Birds.
You sell a couple.
Birds.
You sell a couple of your seats to somebody every year, don't you?
No.
No?
My friends from high school
Okay.
buy the other tickets I have
Okay.
every year. But no, I don't sell for profit. I just bring my buddies from high school, and
Those tickets are pretty pricey now too.
they just went up from $1,300 a seat for a year to $1,500,
Yeah.
which is still not bad.
It's not.
$150 per game
Right.
if they don't start taking our games overseas.
Right. Which
Oof.
is so.
We lost that Brazil game,
Yeah.
and now we're losing one to Australia. I think next season.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I can't imagine getting on a plane to go play a game.
Gosh,
in Australia.
Ridiculous.
Hey, so you pay me millions of dollars, you fly me wherever you want, I'll play the game.
Oh, those guys
Yeah,
make money.
exactly.
It's a business. They're going to go wherever they're told.
Correct.
Right. Fly out a couple days early, get the jet lag out of the way.
Right.
With the practice, but
Yeah.
don't take our home games away,
Right. That's what Jacksonville and them for. Take their shit away.
Yeah, nobody cares about
Well,
that.
if traffic's too bad on the way, you can stop it live and play cash game for an hour or two till traffic leaves up.
I'm thinking about it. I want some extra cash.
It's right on the way.
Maybe around a blackjack or two.
Oh no! That's the one thing I do is I learned over the years when I go to the casinos to play poker, like I won't go gamble, right? I won't go play blackjack or nothing like that. The only thing I'll do on occasion is I'll go play dice. When I go play dice, I bet against the shooter.
Oh, you're that guy.
I'm that guy.
You're the don't pass.
I bet, yeah, don't pass.
Yeah, you're the one that everybody wants to stab.
I don't bet don't pass. I bet don't come. So I wait for the come out roll. Got make your point, then throw a 7.
Oh, then you.
Because my move is like if the point's 8, I'll be on the DC.
Right. So then you don't come. So it's still the
So I'm on the DC behind the 5. Then I'll throw his 8 or whatever, and I'll throw a $25 any 7.
Right.
Kind of the hedge. And a lot of times you wind up hitting that. They'll throw a 7 on the come out roll and you get paid. But I'll do that for a little bit. But what I'll do is I'll look for a slot machine that has the highest progressive, take one $100 bill, go throw it in there and play it down. It's like just might as well throw it out the window on the way down.
You never know.
You never.
Right place, right time.
So, but yeah, that's all it is.
At the one at Harrah's, the one up in Chester, like years ago when I'd go up there and they have, it's all
Harrah's.
slot machines. And, well, now they have table games now, but back in the day it was just slot machines. We needed something to do. And one of their Blazing 7 machines, they had 4 of them, like in the middle of the floor. And the max jackpot was like $730, call it. But you would see 687 on a bunch of them, or on like 2 of them, then 704 on one of them, and then 729 on one. And after seeing it for a while, you knew you'd never seen it go past a certain number. You sit there and you play it, and it would hit more than it wouldn't. And then it would just reset it back down to 680, and then you'd see the people playing the 684. It's like, oh no, you don't know. I hit it a couple times. I don't win shit.
Yeah.
You have to come to the mushrooms this year.
Nah, it's race weekend.
It's
the same day as the race for my charity.
Yeah, it's the week after Labor Day.
I got a race.
You're gonna do it on my birthday weekend again, like you always do.
It's always that same weekend.
Yeah, I always do it every Saturday, Sunday, and races. In September is a race weekend.
Right. I try to get them to move it to Saturdays. I mean, we're still getting probably 10,000 plus at the mushroom contest.
Yeah, we know who's gonna win.
No. They're not allowed anymore.
I know.
No.
Molly and
Molly and Dan.
Kenny.
So what they did was originally they made the prize funds real elevated. Basically, it's just appearance fee for them to come out because they'd say it was open to pros, and it would be Dan, Molly, and Andrew Poole would come. They're 3 phenomenal leaders. Anywhere, walk in any contest, and be competitive. And Molly, I'll put Molly up against anybody in the world, even though we're not on the same page right now. Yeah. But it's like first place I think was like 1,500, second place was 1,000, third place was 500. Basically, it was for those 3 just to show up, put up big numbers. Yeah. Well, last year Molly ate 12 pounds. I think Dan ate 10 and a half, and Andrew ate 9, I think. So they're like, I don't know.
So many much.
They're thinking like, I don't think they're attracting more people because the festival gets 150 to 200,000 people a weekend.
I think
it's crazy.
People are going to stop, and that's the NBA. It's not going to. Nobody is going to stop and go, "Oh, Molly's here."
No.
It's
right. It's like even like when you watch a Randy Santel video, he lets you know where he's going to be.
Yeah.
And if he's going to be someplace local, like he's got 2 million subscribers or something like that.
Yeah.
It may be a dozen people are there to watch him. You know what I mean? But because his subscribers around the world are just, they're not here.
Yeah.
So it's not like if you bring somebody that has a super following, it's going to increase the value of that festival because there's so many people there already.
Right.
But what it does is it gives people a reason to come on Sunday because people that live there get free, in Kennett, they get free places. They can go both days. So when they're there on Sunday, we eat after lunchtime, and the festival's done at 5. So we do our contest, and they added spicy mushrooms last year. That's where I met the crazy hot guy that's coming next weekend. But so now we do 2 eating contests there, and that kind of takes it to right around 3 o'clock ish. But I mean, it's more like a show now than it was before. Yeah, we do walk up music.
They changed the structure.
Well, we're not inside that tent either. was down there. They built a library down that end of town.
Good
We're up at the
section.
other end of town now, like in the middle of town, like kind of down the hill. So the stage is at the bottom of the hill, then the road goes up, and that whole hill is just full of people on that road.
That's cool.
You can't get through it, but it's mobbed.
And
A lot of
everybody
people.
can see better.
Right, I mean, as you're standing up the hill,
Yeah.
they have table or chairs and everything down front for people, but then as you walk up the hill, it's almost like an amphitheater, so everybody can stand there and
No,
see
I
what's
wish I
going
could
on.
come, but
But the one year we did it on Saturday, right? It was, super mobbed. And I said, I think we need to keep doing this on Saturday. They go, nah, we need to do it on Sunday. Oh, man.
Sunday's football day, so people want to come
Yeah,
out.
and that's what I said. And they're like, we need to get some more eaters. I said, dude, I can get people here. The issue is that if the Eagles have a home game on that Sunday,
I'm home and aware they're not going to compete with the Eagles.
The Eagles,
Right,
it doesn't matter
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the game's
right.
played.
I mean, guys are telling the families we're going to go Saturday to the festival, not Sunday, because it's football day.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that can change the amount of people who come out to watch.
Yeah, so the one guy they call me every now and then to check in, and when one guy was telling me, he's like, yeah, he says we got some new people involved at the board and stuff like that. Younger women that have younger kids, and they want to get a petting zoo. I go, a petting zoo? I was like, yeah. The first thing I said
Pet the eaters.
well, the first thing I said,
Floats for free.
the first thing that comes to my mind is, that's okay, Jimmy. That goat thought your hand was the funnel cake you just got done eating, because he's missing 2 fingers now because the goat bit him off. That's the first thing I'm thinking. It's like, why would you want to bring stinky animals into a festival?
Zoo for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, what are you bringing? Goats? What, a pig? A horse? Yeah, who
They
cares?
smell like shit. And it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they bring the bugs with them. I mean, sitting there, everybody's doing the slap dance because the bug.
Yeah, pet the eaters afterwards. They stink anyhow.
The best thing about that though is they have. Do you ever see the beer trucks? You go to a festival, they have a beer truck. Well, they have a root beer truck like that. So there's a company there that make these big giant metal mugs. Holds about
Oh, I've had that before. Yeah,
Yeah.
They had one of the races one time.
right. So it's full root beer. Well, the funny thing is that the bees
Yeah.
are just hovering around this root beer truck. So now you're watching the kids over there ducking and diving and getting stung because they're trying to get the free root beer. You pay like $30 for the cup, and the whole festival you get free root beer.
That's what happened last year. I did my 100-mile ultra marathon. I did it last year just to test my knees out.
Yeah.
I did 43 miles in like 14 hours. But they always have a aid station going with the food and stuff. And it got warm, and they had all the sodas and cups.
Oh, here they came.
And all bees are all over the food. And all over the soda.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Have a free EpiPen.
Yeah. I mean,
Ozempic for everybody on the way out. They prescribe that because I'm on the kidney donation list. I need a kidney, right? So I have to once a year. I'm on the list. It's 15 months now, I guess. But I have to meet with the surgeon, and they go over your. And I'm like 230 pounds. It's like you probably better if you're under 200 pounds. I say, it's been a long time since I've been under 200 pounds. And so they prescribed that Ozempic for me. So, but when the prescription comes through, it doesn't say Ozempic. So also I'm getting this thing. It said something. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to go. So I can go get it. So I messaged the.
brand or something?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. So I messaged him. I go, hey, I never got that prescription for Ozempic. She goes, we sent it to your local pharmacy on whatever the date was.
What, Ruby or?
I don't know what it's. I don't know what it's called. So they resubmitted it. So they're supposed to give it to me again, and then we'll try it and see what happens.
Yeah.
I know the NFL guys are big on the Ozempic when they retire.
Yeah, I don't want to take it. I gotta lose weight, but I can't. I don't want
No,
to
do it now. I don't think that shit's good for you in the long run. It's not good for you.
I just gotta do it natural. Just gotta get out there and it's hard. When you love food, it's hard.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
All right, what we'll do is we're going to wrap this up because
All right.
we're over an hour. I don't know how much of that we're going to be able to use. But so this is episode 139 million or whatever you want to call it. But I want to thank Dave Goldstein for making the ride over here from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And he's going home 33 rolls heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a soda.
And maybe a few dollars richer if he stops off and plays some poker, not blackjack, at Live Casino on the way home. Chair number 2, we got Joey Popcorn. I'm Frankie Floats. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little notification button.